Chevrolet just did something no one expected. They brought back the legendary Bel Air for 2026. But here's the twist. It's not just a retro comeback. It's the car meant to replace the discontinued Malibu. Bold move, right? The question is, can a name from the past really carry the weight of today's market? From sleek digital tech to a design that nods at its classic roots, the Bel Air is stirring big debate. So, is this Chevy's smartest gamble yet, or a nostalgic misstep? Chevrolet has always been a brand that balances heritage with innovation, and the arrival of the 2026 Bel Air proves they're willing to push boundaries. Once a classic symbol of American style, the Bel Air now returns in a completely modern form. Step into a role no one quite expected, taking the place of the recently discontinued Malibu. That alone makes this launch more than just another model reveal. It's a strategic move to fill a gap in Chevy's lineup while rekindling nostalgia among longtime fans. So, who is the new Bel Air really for? Chevy is aiming squarely at drivers who want a practical midsize sedan, but with fresh digital-first edge. Think daily commuters, young families, and tech-savvy buyers who care about comfort and style as much as fuel efficiency. The Malibu was once their go-to, but now the Bel Air has to wear that crown, and it faces a tougher, more competitive market than ever before. What makes this launch so significant isn't just a name on the badge. It's the big question hanging over it. Can the Bel Air live up to both its legendary past and the expectations of today's drivers? In just a moment, we'll break down its design, technology, performance, and whether it truly has what it takes to succeed where the Malibu left off. Now, let's dive into what really makes the 2026 Chevrolet Bel Air stand out. Because this isn't just a nameplate revival, it's Chevy's chance to prove they can blend classic heritage with modern innovation. First impressions? The exterior makes a statement. Sleek lines, a wide front grille, and LED lighting signatures give it a futuristic yet familiar face. It's clear Chevrolet wanted the Bel Air to echo some of its historic flair, but the execution is very 2026, sharp, digital, and unmistakably modern. Whether you see it cruising in the suburbs or parked downtown, this is a car that knows how to catch eyes without screaming for attention. Step inside, and things get even more interesting. The cabin feels designed for today's digital-first driver. A massive infotainment screen stretches across the dash, paired with a fully digital gauge cluster. Everything, from climate controls to driver assistance features, feels streamlined and intuitive. Soft-touch materials and carefully stitched accents add a premium feel that Malibu owners never quite had. It's roomy enough for a family, yet cozy enough that solo drivers won't feel overwhelmed by empty space. Performance is where the debate starts. Chevy offers a base four-cylinder that's tuned for efficiency, but the optional turbocharged setup delivers more punch, putting the Bel Air in line with rivals like the Honda Accord and Toyota Camry. It's not a sports sedan, but in daily driving, it feels responsive, smooth, and confident. Fuel economy is competitive, and hybrid rumors suggest Chevy may soon push even further into efficiency territory. But more on that later. Safety tech is another highlight. Adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, all standard. Chevy knows the midsize buyer demands peace of mind, and the Bel Air delivers. Add in wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and over-the-air software updates, and suddenly this car feels less like a Malibu replacement and more like a step into Chevy's digital future. But here's the catch. While the Bel Air shines in design and tech, the competition isn't standing still. Honda and Toyota have perfected their formulas, and newcomers like Hyundai are up in the game with aggressive pricing and longer warranties. That's where Chevy's gamble really gets tested. Can the Bel Air offer enough to justify its revival badge? And this brings us to one of the biggest questions left unanswered. The pricing. Chevy is promising value, but in a segment that's crowded, every dollar counts. Before we reveal whether the Bel Air's price tag makes it a true contender or a risky bet, let's weigh its biggest strengths against its potential drawbacks. This is where the 2026 Chevrolet Bel Air really has to prove itself on the road. Specs and features look great on paper, but behind the wheel is where expectations either rise or collapse. And here's the surprise. The Bel Air doesn't just feel like a Malibu replacement. It feels like an evolution. Acceleration is smooth and confident, with a turbocharged option delivering far more punch than we expected from a mid-size Chevy sedan. Overtaking on the highway? Effortless. Cornering through tight city streets? Surprisingly composed. But it's not just about speed, it's about the drive experience. The suspension is tuned for balance, soft enough to soak up bumps, yet firm enough to keep you connected to the road. Combine that with impressively quiet cabin insulation, and the Bel Air suddenly feels closer to entry-level luxury than economy commuter. For a car carrying such a historic nameplate, that's a big deal. And yet, here's the twist. While the driving dynamics impress, Chevy's real ace might be the tech integration. The infotainment system responds instantly, voice commands actually work as intended, and the digital displays feel polished rather than gimmicky. It's a reminder that this isn't just a nostalgic revival. It's a signal of where Chevrolet is heading in the digital age. So, has Chevy done enough to justify the bold move of resurrecting the Bel Air? In many ways, yes, but not without a few question marks. Fuel economy, pricing, and long-term reliability remain to be seen, and these will make or break its success in a crowded mid-size market. Which brings us to the final question. Is this a sedan you should actually buy, or is the Bel Air just a bold experiment? Let's break it down. So, after spending time with the 2026 Chevrolet Bel Air, what's the final verdict? This isn't just a Malibu replacement with a new badge. It's a car that genuinely pushes Chevy into a new era while still tipping its hat to history. The Bel Air strengths are clear. A bold exterior design that stands out in traffic, a cabin packed with digital-first tech, smooth and confident driving dynamics, and safety features that come standard instead of as expensive add-ons. For daily commuters, young families, and anyone who values comfort paired with modern convenience, this sedan is a strong contender. But no car is perfect. The base engine feels underwhelming if you're expecting excitement. Pricing could be a sticking point depending on trims, and Chevy still faces the uphill battle of proving long-term reliability against proven rivals like the Honda Accord and Toyota Camry. For buyers who prioritize bulletproof dependability above all else, the Bel Air may feel like too much of a gamble, at least for now. Where the Bel Air makes its biggest impact, though, is in Chevrolet's lineup and the broader midsize sedan market. In an age where SUVs dominate sales, Chevy is sending a strong message. The sedan isn't dead, it's evolving. If the Bel Air succeeds, it could spark fresh interest in a segment many thought was fading away. So, should you buy one? If you want a blend of heritage style, digital sophistication, and everyday practicality, the Bel Air deserves a serious look. But if you value proven longevity over bold new moves, rivals might still have the edge. What do you think? Has Chevrolet made the right call by reviving the Bel Air, or should they have left the name in the past? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe, and share this video with fellow car fans. After all, the conversation about the future of sedans is just getting started.